All right, Kylie, President Donald Trump says he is excited about the release of thousands of documents related to the assassination of John F. Kennedy. President Trump tweeted the files are coming out, and he added, quote, "So interesting. There are not expected to be any major bombshells, like whether or not there was somebody behind the work of Lee Harvey Oswald, this assassination 54 years ago. However, experts say some of the documents are related to Oswald's mysterious 6-day trip to Mexico City right before that shooting in Dallas. National Archives planning on posting the files on their website. This collection includes more than 3,100 documents. It's made up of hundreds of thousands of pages. About 30,000 documents have been released before today.
WCCO Chief Political Reporter Pat Kessler joins us now. Hi, Pat.
Hey, how you doing?
Good. Hey, where's your interest level in these files that are being released? Some people have devoted really their whole lives to trying to figure out, was there someone else involved? What was the government hiding?
Yeah, this is a national obsession. People thinking there is a conspiracy of people who banded together to kill the President of the United States, John F. Kennedy. We have a national expert right here in Minnesota, federal judge Jack Thunheim, was the head of a commission appointed by President Clinton many years ago that set the date today, 25 years later, to go through these files. He has seen every one of these files, including the ones that are going to be released today. He says if you believe in conspiracies, you're going to be disappointed. I say he's looked at everything, and he says there was no conspiracy, even though there are still some questions.
But you want it released, right? I mean, and even the judge has said he thinks it should be released.
Yeah, absolutely. Kylie asked me what my interest level is out of a 1 to 10. I'd say a 9. I'm really interested to see this, to see what's going to come out. What Judge Thunheim told us this week is that if there was a cover-up, and who knows, but if there was a cover-up, he says it's the CIA and the FBI covering up their sloppy investigations. They destroyed records. They don't think it's because there was a conspiracy with the mafia or the Cubans or the Russians. But he does say that, people want to know about this mysterious meeting in Mexico City. Don't know if we're going to get that today, but it is going to be a very high interest. I can't wait to start looking at these.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun.